So have we seen our attack levels go up then in this period of time, or have they just been different?
I'm sure the guys will agree. My view would be they've definitely gone up. We've definitely seen an uptick. Certainly more of the same, but I think the threat actors have definitely got busier.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. I don't know if it's that they've got busier. I think it's more that they've found that they've had more time on their hands.
That is one of the problems. Like you say, they are sat at home like we are, not much to do. And yeah, we've certainly seen a lot more of the, I guess, the lower barrier of entry type attacks seem to have definitely gone up. Those attacks are easier to conduct. So the sort of automated bot attacks and things like that, we've seen a lot of that. We've not surprisingly seen huge amounts of phishing going on as people try and exploit the current situation. So they're trying to use the COVID situation to do people into clicking links they wouldn't ordinarily click on.
Yeah, I mean, the other, once again, with everyone else becoming remote, the sort of the phishing attempts and that false news or fake news piece, it can hit a bit harder because once again, you don't have your colleagues around you to sort of say, oh, this looks a bit odd, to someone to sort of say, oh yeah, that doesn't look quite right. So the threat actors really are taking advantage of this dramatic shift in people's working environments, working mindsets, and thankfully we've got some fantastic controls in place to help us, and some great educational pieces as well to help protect us.
So how have you been tackling them then?
Help to raise the awareness with our colleagues. So our governance, risk and compliance team have done a sterling job of making sure that there's been plenty of advice and a sort of user awareness training given out that they've tried to relate to the current situation to really raise people's awareness and appreciation of this change in threat landscape, right down to helping people understand how they can better secure their home working environment. So giving them tips on how they can secure their home router and make sure that they're safe and secure when they're working from home as well. And even running additional phishing campaigns. Daniel might be able to tell you a bit as well about the threat modeling exercises that the teams have been doing, where they're reassessing how we work and looking at how our threats may change and how we can adapt to deal with those. Daniel, do you want to talk to us a bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It started previously before the working from home stuff, where we'd see like a major attack kind of happen elsewhere. It could be this country, another country, wherever. And we would model that threat and say, okay, how vulnerable is the next estate to that exact type of attack? And through modeling that threat and assessing how vulnerable we are or are not, we can then adjust our security posture accordingly. And then, of course, the COVID stuff happened. Everybody started working from home, and it came to us to make a working from home threat model as well.
So what are the numbers like? So how many typical threats are we getting? Is it weekly? Is it daily? Is it in a matter of months? What are we really?
If you go by second, you're probably getting closer to where we are.
No way.
Yeah, and as Dan said, we've got some fantastic tools, and most of the threats we see are the lower level stuff or the generic wide sweep. So they're just passed across the whole internet. They're knocking on the door. They're looking to see if you're an easy target, and that's constant all the time. So one of the things that the team's starting to look at is the trending of that, to sort of see how does that trend shift over time? Is it moving from one focus to another focus? The bigger threats, they kind of come and go as those threat actors move on to a new target. And you can see in the InfoSec wider world, it's not just us. At the moment, everybody's getting hit a bit harder. And
Martin, it's almost frightening when you look at it. And we're not unique. Every company's the same. We're just fortunate we can see a lot of this stuff. But it's a constant bombardment, whether they're targeting our websites and trying to launch all sorts of web-borne attacks at us, or malicious emails with phishing links or malware in them. It's constant. It could be the script kiddie who's bored in their bedroom because they're stuck in lockdown, just trying to see what they can do. It can be the organised crime, you know, the gangs, the criminals who are out there trying to break into our network to steal our data and cause us and our customers harm, right up to the nation state threat actors. It's quite varying, and it's very much constant, isn't it?
I love how passionate you guys are about
I'd say you have to you almost have to rein it in a little bit sometimes.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,